I was doing research on you guys, and I didn't really find anything about each of you. I found just Marvel.
I love that.
Just Double S and Vertex and Shocker, and that's it. There's nothing deeper. So what? Like, who are you guys? Like, what is something that you want people to actually know about you?
As Double S, I would say I live 2 lives. It's called Double. There's certain stuff that Bashir wouldn't do, that Double S is just randomly do. And just out of the fact, I think as a musician, I do believe you live 2 lives anyway. Like, you'll never be the same person you was before. But once you start getting the fame, and even if you don't want it, there's certain stuff that you can't do that you might want to do, and then when you do, then people start seeing you a bit different. And yeah, so as a musician, I believe.
Vertex. First of all, I call myself Vertex because it means like the highest point of like any kind of shape or like any kind of object or just anything, just the highest point. So like everything I put my head towards, or I focus it, or anything like that, I always aim for the top. So in a sense of creativity, like that's what I'm at the vertex of that. Like, I always feel like I'm that, even if I'm not at that state. I always feel like, that's where I want to be. That's who I am. But in the sense of just Vertex on his own, I'm just a creative, like an all-rounder creative. So art, music, videography.
Oh man, I'm just a problem now.
Oh shit.
At first I called myself Shocker. The whole explanation why I called myself Shocker is because I came from like such a bad place. I wanted to like get myself to such a different place from where I come from in a positive light that it would shock my family, friends and everybody. But I didn't realise that before I get to that place, I'm gonna have to go through so much shit to go through that place. But yeah, that's the main inspiration why I called myself that, because I come from Tottenham. I come from Broadwater Farm. I'm an only child. My dad's not around. And it's like, to people in the suburbs, that's like a sad story. But where I come from, that's normal. Like every person I was in class with did not have a father or didn't. You see what I'm trying to say? It's a normal thing. So it's like, for them, I want them to see me and be like, oh, that's where I can take it, coming from where I come from. And it's like, I think I've achieved half of that, but I've still got so much more to do.
So maybe you're a really people person then.
Yeah. That's exactly what it is.
Yeah, coming from Tottenham definitely shapes you as a person, 100%. Because it's like, now I feel like I'm at a point where I can connect with anyone from any walks of life. Because luckily I've been blessed to go through like so many different experiences. So it's like, I've been sent to Africa before to go boarding school. I was there for 2 years. Hence why we all relate, because he went to boarding school, so we connect on that level.
For being expelled.
Exactly. So it's like, and I can talk to children on that level as well that's been expelled on a day-to-day basis. I went to a rich school when I was there, richest school in the country. Then the next year after, I went to the poorest school, public school. So I can connect on different levels with people that's in a boarding school, rich, whatever, or in schools already that's rich, and in poor schools. We've carried knives, we've sold drugs, we've had girls, we've done it all. So it's like, it's good, it molds you. And it prepares you for the world, because it's like you go into the world and then realise that what you come from
It's practically the same.
It's so much more scary than what you're going into. So it's like, we don't get nervous to go into a record label meeting, because we had to go for an alleyway where there's 2 boys standing at the end of it, and you don't know if they're gonna stop you when you come out. So when you go into like a record label and they're asking you to play music, it's just like, just to get nervous.
You might go to the alleyway with a jacket and
leave without your coat.
Yeah,
that's just everyday life. So when they're saying, how nervous do you feel about this meeting you have tomorrow to play some music on the CD, it's just like,
really?
So it prepares you for so much stuff. Or when we go to hotels and we have to all share a room, it's like, the pop artists, I think, in the mainstream world, that's the only thing they're missing is that foundation, because they all have to share like one room, and it will go to the press like, oh, Paris Hilton complaining that she had to stay in one room, whereas we've had situations where we've had to sleep on the floor with no cushion. So it's like that one room becomes luxury even, and then you appreciate the Crown Plaza or the first class, and so it's just like, it's good, it's grounds you totally.
The Marvel tops that you so need, that is the click and the...
Where did the name Marvel come from exactly? Like, this is like short for Marvelous or something like that.
All I remember is I was in a group called Shoddy Crew. One night everyone just decided to go their separate ways. Vertex phoned me up at 1 o'clock in the morning. I had a sleepy voice on, and he said, I want to start this thing up called Marvel, short for Marvelous. I said, that sounds crazy. And yeah, that's all I remember. Yeah. He knows it a bit more in depth, but yeah.
And there is like elements of the comic in it as well.
Yeah.
You know, we've all got our separate lives as well. So I've got my real name.
Alter egos.
Yeah. So my real name's like Jeff, and then you've got like superheroes that have their real names, and then they go into Spider-Man, and they go into. So that's just like us. I'm Vertex, but my real Jeffrey, like, it's two lives. And when I put on my cape, that's my Marvel logo, and I start to use my special powers, and that's to shoot videos and write lyrics.
It's actually literally like that. So, there's Vertex, there's Jeffrey, there's Double S, there's Bashir, there's Shocker, there's Kenneth, and it's like we created those worlds for us to escape into.
Yeah, like if I don't like
Jeffrey's a whole different life, Bashir's like a whole different life, Kenneth's a whole different life, then we all meet up, run into shopping thing, and then we're here doing an interview. But then my mum's gonna phone me later, see, this is mad. No, it's not even her. But that could have been her. But that's the Kenneth phone call. And that's a whole different, that's got nothing to do with interviews and stuff.
Are you planning on doing a Marvel tour?
Yeah, 100%. I can't wait for that. Because we've got so much ideas for it, but it's just it being the right moment and right time for it to actually make sense.
That is like the perfect, that's heaven for us. Because that's us affecting people. If we can get to the stage where, you know, we're filling out arenas, and people are, you know, paying money, like causing a traffic jam in the towns that you're in to come and see us, then that's something that is a huge achievement for us. So that is like our end result kind of thing, you know, a world tour.
And our tour will look completely different to everyone else's. Because everyone will be wearing a Marvel tour. So imagine what that would look like.
You'll even come down in Marvel.
Marvel Army.
You feel left out if you don't wear one, you're like, I can't go in there.
And there'll be like a huge, I wanna have like a huge, like, nobody still might do it, I wanna have like a huge, what do they call it again? The air balloon thing outside every city I want us to go to, like with a huge Marvel logo on it.
That's new. This is the first time I've heard about it.
You know how crazy that is?
Cool.
Do you know how mad that is? Everyone will know that we're in the city. Like everybody. Nobody still my idea. I will come
Are these crazy ideas the way you guys keep yourselves unique? Because I even listen to your music and your bits on YouTube and you pronounce everything correctly. I like that because everybody else is like in it. And they wear the hats backwards. I'm like, no.
Do you know what? And do you know what's really funny about you saying that? Is because like us actually pronouncing our words properly is what's made us kind of break out the London fan zone thing. Because a lot of the majority of our fans and supporters are from outside of London, and that's because they actually understand what we're saying. Whereas before, I say when we was younger, when we was doing just grime, more of our fan base was just London, and then it kind of just broke out because it was just easier to understand America.
Are there any UK celebrities you I mean, actually producing music with them?
I actually, at the moment, Ed and Tiny Tempo, Adele, Jessie J. I'll actually keep on going, but Ed, Tiny Tempo, Adele and Jessie J. I want to do a big song with Rich.
The guys at the top of this UK, they're doing really well. They're making some good music, some good music, and it's like international stuff. Like Adele, Jessie J, Ed Sheeran, Tiny are just, you know, they're really holding it up for the UK. Even One Direction.
Custard lifestyle.
What did you guys do with your first paycheck? Like the first big thing? Did you like?
I went shopping.
Mum.
I gave some to my mum. I got a bursary when I was younger. but I spent it on that. I could have done more with it, but I did go crazy with it. I went shopping like nearly every week. Like, anytime I was upset, I would just go shopping.
I bought some equipment. I bought a computer.
No, you didn't. I was there. Oh yeah, you did. Sorry. We're actually dropping Marvell FM 5 in summer. Working on our singles at the moment, and we're gonna put out, I'd say, 3 videos in the next 2 months. Three nice videos.
And some clarity as well, because obviously you said you didn't really know us individually and stuff like that. So I think that's probably the most important thing that's next for Marvell. We're going to bring some clarity to our platform so people can understand what's going on
the characters
a bit more, because only our supporters get it right now. So we kind of like need to turn that arrow from inwards to like outwards, so anybody will understand it. So that is the main focus. So Marvell FM 5 is going to be a lot clearer this time. Our album will be super clear, our singles super clear about what Marvell is.
If you want to find us, follow us on Twitter at Marvel_music, that's Marvel 2 L's, on Facebook, Marvel Crew, it's Marvel 2 L's, Instagram, Marvel _music with 2 L's, peace. Even keep Marvel _music 2 L's.
When you get paid by the girls, say whatever you say. If we do the way.